The bad news is time flies, but good news is you are the pilot. Namaskar, welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And here, first article talks about simultaneous polls, and it is in the news because Ministry of Law and Justice is planning to place report on simultaneous polls before cabinet at the earliest. Now, let's know more about simultaneous polls. So, friends, it is also known as One Nation, One Election, and it means holding the elections to the House of People, all state legislative assemblies, and local bodies together. Talking about its historical background, after the enforcement of the Constitution on 26 January 1950, the first ever general elections to the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies were conducted simultaneously in 1951-1952. This practice continued into three subsequent Lok Sabha elections until 1967, after which it was disrupted. The cycle was first broken in 1959 after central government invoked Article 356 to dismiss then Kerala government. Subsequently, due to defections and counter defections between parties, several legislative assemblies dissolved post 1960, which eventually led to separate polls for Lok Sabha and state assemblies. But currently, the assembly polls in the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha are held together with the Lok Sabha elections. Now, recently, annual festival of Jyesht Ashtami was celebrated in Kheer Bhavani Temple, which is dedicated to the goddess Raganya Devi. Kheer Bhavani Temple Festival is the biggest festival of Hindus in Kashmir after Amarnath Yatra. According to NSSO survey, India's large informal non-agricultural sector was badly hit by the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic but recovered gradually. It also appears that unincorporated manufacturing, trade, and other service activities were hit by second wave of the pandemic, but the situation improved gradually from July 2021. These results are part of the annual survey of unincorporated sector enterprises. Prerna Sthal will be inaugurated, which is an area inside Parliament where key statues including that of Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar have been installed after moving them from their earlier positions, and this will be inaugurated on Sunday. Now, countries made little progress in finding common grounds on the crucial issue of climate finance at the mid-year UN climate talks in Bonn, which is in Germany, and negotiators will now have to work exceptionally hard to achieve success at the UN Climate Conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, where the world will reach the deadline to agree on new collective quantified goal, which is the new amount that developed nations must mobilize annually starting in 2025 to support climate action in developing countries. And friends, some wealthy nations argue that countries with high emissions and high economic capacities, such as China and petro-states that classify themselves as developing countries under the Paris Agreement, should also contribute to climate finance. But developing countries cite Article 9 of the Paris Agreement, which states that climate finance should flow from developed into developing countries. Now, recently, winners of Kavli Prize 2024 were announced. Kavli Prize is awarded in honor of Norwegian-American businessman and philanthropist Fred Kavli. These prizes are awarded in astrophysics, nanoscience, and neuroscience. An inaugural prize was announced in 2008. Recently, President of India attended Raja Parv celebrations at Rashtrapati Bhavan. This is the first occasion when Raja Parv was celebrated at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Talking about Raja Parv, it is an agricultural-based festival of Odisha. It is celebrated during the onset of monsoon, and recently, World Health Organization has designated the National Institute of Indian Medical Heritage as a WHO collaborating center for fundamental and literary research in traditional medicine. This prestigious recognition is granted for a period of 4 years, starting from June 3rd, 2024. Talking about National Institute of Indian Medical Heritage, it was established in 1956. It is a unique institution dedicated to documenting and showcasing medico-historical research in Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Soa Rikpa, Homeopathy, Biomedicine, and other related healthcare disciplines in India. It comes under Ministry of Ayush. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.